When most people think about ending a contract, they imagine both parties sitting down and agreeing to part ways. But what happens when there's no such agreement? In many cases, contracts can end automatically by operation of law without any fault or action from the parties involved. This means that the law itself steps in and brings the contract to a close for specific reasons. This video will explore the main ways contracts can terminate by law, including proper performance, prescription, impossibility of performance, merger, set-off, death, and insolvency. Understanding these legal mechanisms is crucial for anyone entering into agreements, as it helps clarify when obligations truly end and what protections exist for both sides. Let's begin by looking at what it means to perform a contract properly, and how that leads to its natural conclusion. Contract is designed to create rights and duties for both parties. When each side fulfills their obligations exactly as agreed, on time, at the right place, and in the correct manner, the contract ends automatically. This is called proper performance. For example, if someone sells a rug and delivers it as promised and the buyer pays in full at the agreed time and place, the contract is finished. But what if payment or performance doesn't happen? That's where prescription comes in. Law sets time limits for enforcing contractual debts. If a creditor doesn't act within a certain period, often 3 years for ordinary debts, the right to claim payment expires. This is known as prescription. There are exceptions, like if the debtor acknowledges the debt or if certain legal obstacles delay the process. So proper performance and prescription are two key ways contracts can end by law, either through fulfillment or the passage of time. Sometimes contracts end because it becomes impossible for anyone to perform and not due to anyone's fault. For example, if a natural disaster makes it objectively impossible to deliver goods, the contract terminates automatically. This is called supervening impossibility. Another way contracts end is through merger, when the same person becomes both debtor and creditor for the same obligation, making further performance pointless. Set-off is yet another method. If two parties owe each other similar debts, these can cancel each other out, provided the debts are of the same kind, due, and enforceable. For instance, if you owe someone R200 and they owe you R100, you can simply pay the difference. These legal mechanisms ensure fairness and efficiency in resolving obligations when circumstances change or overlap. Death and insolvency also affect contracts, but not always in the same way. If a contract is personal, like an employment agreement, the death of a party usually ends the contract since the obligation can't be transferred. However, if the obligation is not personal, such as paying for delivered goods, the estate of the deceased must fulfill it. In cases of insolvency, a trustee decides whether to continue or end the insolvent's contracts, always considering the best interests of creditors. These rules help balance the rights of all parties involved and provide clear guidance on when contracts truly end. By understanding these legal principles, you can better navigate agreements and know when your obligations are complete.